So investors, be patient. This is a buying opportunity.
I fully agree. Ross Gerber, he does have a pretty sizable fund and he invests a lot of money in his own fund as well. It's, sizable, and he is more of a traditional fund manager, and he's saying it's a buying opportunity. So let's dive in.
We're doing substantially better than Tesla stock, being heavily overweighted. Our diversification has actually helped investors who are heavily invested in Tesla, which was one of the reasons we started the fund. And when we started the fund, there was a lot of people saying, why don't I just own 100% Tesla? Why would I want diversification? And I said, well, you never know. Elon could buy Twitter. And
Ross has a point here. You got to say that. After I realized Tesla is going to be profitable, I bought it in early 2019, and then it just kept going down and down and down. At one point, it was down almost 50%. Most people are not able to handle that kind of volatility. Most people would just prefer slow and steady instead of multiple years making no money, maybe even losing money. Even if that means in the end you are going to make a lot of money. Most people do not like that. Most people cannot stomach that. Most people should not even try doing that. And to my family, when they ask me, Matt, should I buy Tesla stock? I tell them, no, I don't think so. Probably not. Right now, I'm telling them, only put the amount that you are okay losing. Because I know Tesla stock is so volatile, so there's a very good chance it will keep going down quite a bit further. And then I don't want to get a phone call. Matt, I'm afraid. I don't know what's happening. How come it's down? It's Tesla stock. It's what it is. It's volatile. So this way, when I tell my family, when they ask me, should they buy Tesla stock, when I tell them only put in the amount that you are willing to lose, then they are okay looking at their position go down if it does go down, and then they don't mind it. But for me, I don't mind that volatility, and I expect Tesla stock to at least 10x from here before the end of 2030. So the only stock that I own in my stock portfolio is Tesla stock.
It could go haywire, and we'll have to deal with this for a certain amount of time, and you want to have diversification. So now that's actually paying off in the fund.
Yep, of course it's a bear market. Tesla goes down more than other stocks go down. And when other things go up, guess what? Tesla goes up more. So during a bear market, this of course makes a lot of sense, but in the long run, I would expect returns to be lower if I was diversified like Ross is.
Tesla is one of the best companies in the world. That hasn't changed. Today, we are getting close to launching the semi-truck this week, and I'm very excited for this. They're going to be delivering them to customers and beginning a larger rollout of the truck business at Tesla. That's really the next stage, 2023 for Tesla, is building Cybertrucks, building semi-trucks.
I think many underestimate how important semi is going to be to Tesla. If you watched my previous video, you know that the semi could alone from here eventually double basically Tesla's stock price, just the semi alone, and then add Cybertruck on top of that. Woo.
And there was some talk today about sort of revamping the Model 3 a little bit. We're seeing production increases in Germany and Austin now.
Last quarter, Tesla achieved 27.9% automotive gross margins. And this is all with Austin ramping and Giga Berlin in Germany ramping. Once everything actually ramps up, Tesla's margins are going to improve. Now, mind you, we did have a price cut in China, but eventually we will have that cheaper model as well available, and the margins for Tesla long term are looking extremely good. I mean, right now, even the price cut, we still have not implemented both the front and the rear gigacastings for all of the cars. None of the Model 3s are getting it, so the margins are only going to keep increasing long term. Next year, if we do have a recession, I do expect the margins to shrink, but that's temporary.
We're seeing very, very good production numbers out of China despite all this, and then continued growth in production numbers out of Fremont. But the more we can get Berlin and Austin running to diversify the supply of new vehicles, the better, just in case there's issues in China.
Yep. China, I think, is Tesla's number one risk. Although, even if you dropped an asteroid literally on Giga Shanghai, I think Tesla would still be okay. It would not be ideal, but Tesla would still be okay.
Also, seeing good information on battery supply, cell supply, chip supply, all the different areas that have been hindering production and adding costs. I actually expect to see Tesla lower prices moving forward as their costs go down and they want to continue to be competitive.
Yep, that is expected long term, but with everything that Tesla has planned, structural battery packs, 4680 batteries, gigacastings improving right now, even the current gigacastings, Elon Musk gives himself something like a C grade or even lower. There's a lot of room to improve. So even when Tesla cuts prices, the margins could actually still grow.
Now, we also have the new laws coming into play in 2023, which Tesla will be a huge beneficiary of. Basically, everything is lining up in Tesla's advantage, and Elon is doing everything possible to make the stock go down. It just seems crazy, this Twitter adventure, and how he's managed to distract everybody from all of his success to focus on one area he is not managing well, and that is the expectations around Twitter.
Even with Elon being away, we saw the wide release of full self-driving beta and other things going right at SpaceX as well. Tesla is still the same company. Tesla is still the best. While everyone else is scared and afraid of buying Tesla stock, I am buying more.
Unfortunately, for somebody who doesn't like PR people, communications teams, got into the media business thinking it was actually an engineering business. And the truth is it's both. Advertisers don't want to advertise with Elon Musk. They want to advertise on Twitter. And what he's done is he's made it that advertisers have to advertise on Elon Musk. And they don't want him because Elon Musk's brand isn't what they like. Now, Elon likes his brand, and I'm sure all his friends like his brand. But the people who spend $7 billion on advertising on Twitter don't all like his brand. Now, I've seen ads from the Saudi Investment Authority. They've been buying ads. I've seen some ads, but I'm sitting here thinking Elon has to understand that advertising is a choice, and advertisers don't care about free speech. Advertisers care about results and making sure their ads are run against things that they believe in. And when advertisers see ads being run ineffectively, that is bad for their clients, they don't advertise. And that's what it's really about. But being the sort of personal manager of speech on Twitter is a horrible job for anybody. And the quickest thing Elon can do is get out of management at Twitter to put a team, a diverse team of moderators in charge that will speak wonders to the advertiser who will flock back to a highly engaged platform with lots of great verified users that are happy to advertise back as long as they know the Elon Musk is not the moderator. Now, I love you, Elon. I love you a lot. But I am sorry. You should not be the moderator of Twitter. You are not qualified for this position in any way. You are most qualified to take us to Mars and to build vehicles and to solve engineering and computer tasks. All for that. But when we're talking about the subtleties of dealing with people in media, entertainment, and advertising, this is a business better suited for fluffy people. And I don't think he gets that yet. And so some people will advertise on Elon Musk's platform, but many more will not. It needs to be Twitter again and not Elon's Twitter. And for it to be Twitter again, it means a group of people need to be in charge of moderation, and he needs to step back.
Now, this is where I would disagree. You see, Elon Musk wants to make X app, an everything app. It's not just going to be Twitter. It's going to be banking. It's going to be long form video. It's not going to be just Twitter. It's not about making Twitter better. It's about creating something entirely different. And for that, you do need a technologist. For that, you do need a technical person who will be able to build the capability of doing all of these things, competing with YouTube, competing with banking, competing with TikTok, competing with all these other platforms. It's not just Twitter becoming a little bit better. It's about Twitter becoming something completely different. So I personally believe Elon is the perfect person for that. Of course, he will make mistakes, no doubt about that, but he learns from these very quickly and then he changes his actions immediately. Just like we saw with the first initial verification attempt that went horribly. Now Elon is changing how that will work, and eventually I believe it will work out.
The best thing he could do right now for Tesla and Twitter is to just step back, not change anything that he's doing per se to make Twitter better, but to just step back so the focus can be refocused on his successes and not what seems to be his failures. Now, it's too early to say whether he succeeded or failed at Twitter, and I actually very much believe he will succeed.
Yep, it will be a lot of stumbling and struggling, but I believe Elon will eventually make it work and get to that 1 billion number of active users that Elon is aiming to achieve.
But nobody can deny the damage that he's done to his brand and the damage he's done to the Tesla brand on the short term.
Keyword here is short term, not long term. Long term, I believe we will look back at this and be like, whoa. Yeah, how come no one saw that one coming?
Now, it's reflected in the stock price. Institutional investors have sold Tesla stock, many of which, that's why it's down, because of this behavior. In fact, we had another discussion in our own investment meeting about Elon's behavior, where I said, actually, Elon's behavior has been the same the whole time. Remember, he attacked a cave diver and went to court, literally went to court to fight this case and won over the pedo guy. So I don't think Elon's behavior is anything new. I think it's actually normal for a genius to act this way.
Elon is going to Elon. Being a Tesla stock investor, I think you just have to accept that. And if you can't, then what are you doing with your Tesla stock? Why buy it in the first place then?
But I think there's a lot of noise and a lot of people working against Elon as well. And you have to keep that in mind. You have to keep that in mind that his competitors, the media, is the reason this whole thing is happening. Because Elon decided to disrupt the media business, and the people in the media business decided they were going to disrupt Elon's business. And that's what this is. And it's no different than 2009 at Tesla. It's just no different. Everything's going great, and the media is just destroying Elon every day. And that's exactly what's happening, and it's creating a huge opportunity for investors. Nothing wrong with Tesla. So investors, be patient. This is a buying opportunity.
Yep. Buying opportunity. You know, you look at the stock and you see something that's just hot. You know, you just have to be patient. You will get lucky, probably, if you just wait long enough. You just have to play the cards right. You have to be patient.
But you're going to have to be patient because it's going to take a few more months for this Twitter stuff to sort of wind itself down on the noise cycle, and it will become less noisy.
Just to be safe, I would also throw a recession on top of that. And just to be a little bit cautious, I would expect the Twitter noise to last, I don't know, definitely more than just a few months. I think this is going to go on for a while, perhaps. Hopefully not, but could be maybe a year or longer, however long it takes for Elon to really clean it up and make it working cash flow positive is probably going to be however long the noise is going to last. Or this is just going to become the new normal. Either way, I believe eventually investors will realize, oh, Tesla is just as good as it was before, and it's making more money, and the recession is over now. Let's buy.
Let's be real. Can we be real about Waymo for a minute and Cruise? GM Cruise and Google's Waymo don't work. Okay, we're done. And talking about it doesn't work. I don't care. Waymo people, show me a Waymo that really works. Because I'm driving around my full self-driving Tesla now every day. Every day. And in a year, oh yeah, we didn't even talk about full self-driving. We didn't even mention full self-driving during Tesla. In a year, I can't even tell you how good full self-driving is going to be. It's going to be insane. With all the users, this is a huge moment. But if you're going to try to tell me that Waymo is going to be any competition of full self-driving, I'm just going to laugh you out of the house.
At this point, all that Waymo and Cruise can do is just look at Tesla's sexy back. Looks good, but not for Waymo or Cruise.
I think if Tesla made a phone, everybody would dump their Apple phones, and I think it'd be
You
easy.
think so?
For sure. For sure. I have no love for my Apple phone.
If Apple banned Twitter in its App Store, this, I believe, would go down in history books as one of the dumbest decisions in business of all time. You would literally be committing suicide if you do that. You know Elon Musk can make a good phone, and you know many people would switch to it. Apple will just be shooting itself in the foot. So I think it's quite unlikely that Apple would actually ban Twitter, but you never know. You would think that most automakers would realize that EVs, that is the future, and yet they are not making any. So maybe I wouldn't be that sure that Apple wouldn't do such a dumb thing, but you never know.